Hey guys, it's Richard at altFINS. Today I'm going to show you how to find coins that are in an uptrend on a short, medium, and a long-term basis, but have had a decent pullback and maybe even lost some momentum, but could be interesting pullback opportunities in the long term or even in the short term. We can do that by building our own custom filter. And I'm sure you've seen and experienced some coins kind of running away from us, and felt maybe even FOMO at times. But we got to deal with that, and sometimes we just got to live with the fact that we can't get all the opportunities. But sometimes opportunities sort of come back and present themselves again to jump in on the uptrend. So let's go ahead and I think good starting point, frankly, for a lot of strategies on this is on the signal summary, and there you can find some predefined signals or filters that you can modify later. By the way, if you create your own custom filters, then on this page you will see results for those filters, and quickly you can jump to those results later if you create your own filters. And here we have some pre-built filters, like I mentioned, various categories, strategy blocks, trading patterns that you can jump to, trend and momentum, various definitions of that, and also oscillators. So the one that I would like to use today is the filter that looks for pullback in an uptrend. So we're looking for bullish situations. Looks like there's 239 coins that fit that criteria right now on a daily time interval. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that number. That will take me to the screener results, and that filter is applied up here, as you can see right here. But I'm going to modify it, because this filter basically says show me all coins that are in an uptrend across short term, medium term, and long term, are not overbought, so RSI is below 70, are trading down today, but still have a bullish MACD crossover. I'm going to look for a bigger sort of down corrections in an uptrend. So I'm going to change. So I'm going to eliminate the price change. I'm going to put in a different price change. I'm also going to eliminate the MACD bullish crossover, and I'll address that shortly. And I'm going to actually change the RSI 9 to RSI 14. That's my preferred indicator. So basically what I'm left with is coins in an uptrend across all three time horizons. Now I'm going to add a criteria that I'm looking for coins that are down on the weekly basis, or in the last week are down, let's say 10%, so minus 10. Okay, now that gets me down to 75 coins. I also want to have an RSI 14, so I don't want a situation that's overbought. So I want all the situations that have RSI under 70. And then I also want some minimum volume. Let's say 200,000 a day. All right. So we're down to 34 coins. Let's see what we're left with. These should be coins that have nice uptrend, but have experienced a pullback. And so the graphs should look like this. You know, you're seeing an uptrend in general, but a pullback recently. And I'm going to change a few of these things here. Basically, I'm going to change that to candlesticks. Also, I like to look at the MACD indicator as well. RSI we have already in there. Sweet. So as you can see, THETA is one of those coins that has had a really nice move and is clearly in an uptrend, but has experienced a downturn or a pullback of at least 10% in the last week. That could be a buying opportunity. Here it's always good to look for some support levels that are strong. Here I'd say the strong support level is 10, but maybe a modest support level is around 1150, which is where it's kind of consolidating around. So this could be a good buying opportunity. Now, the other thing I like to look at is the MACD. Specifically, for most of these situations, MACD crossover will be still bearish. But if you look at the MACD histogram bars, those will tell you whether that momentum is beginning to turn to a positive. Here I see the momentum, the histogram bars are still declining or increasing to the downside. So the momentum hasn't quite reached a trough. But this is an interesting situation. Then I look at this one, Kusama, a very popular DeFi name. Also has had a great uptrend, a series of higher highs and higher lows, a textbook definition of an uptrend, and a pullback of at least 10% here from 550 to call it now about 450. Interesting situation. MACD hasn't quite troughed. You can see the MACD histogram are still hasn't ticked to the positive or in the opposite direction. So maybe not quite prime, but I would probably take a chance with that already, being a little more aggressive than average. And if I continue, T-Fuel is another situation that could be of interest. The Decentraland was a big gainer this year, as you can see. That's also experienced a 10% decline. And moving to the next page, I'm looking now for something that has a shift maybe in the momentum. Here's one, Electroneum. Electroneum, great uptrend. RSI is still above 50, which is bullish. And MACD is bearish, but the histogram, as you can see, is already changing directions, indicating the momentum may be shifting to bullish. Now, it could turn out to be just a head fake, but it is typically, histogram can be typically a good indication of a change in the momentum. So that might be an interesting one to explore. If I click on it, I can get to see a little more data here. I can look at the description. What is it? It's a cryptocurrency focused on mobile payments, mining, and storage. Great. News. I can read some of the news here. And here, once you here is some interesting stats video. So if I open that in a separate tab, then I can see the Twitter feed and this specific news that shows the week's latest stats. That's pretty cool. The registered users are growing, app downloads are growing as well. So it's a project that is alive and kicking. The management, the founders are moving along in terms of the product roadmap and so on. So this could be an interesting situation to get involved on this pullback. And lastly, let's go ahead and save this filter we just created so we can reuse it in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a name, 10% pullback uptrend. And as you can see, it's now under my saved filters, and I can apply that filter in the future. And the other benefit of that is that when you go to signal summary now, you will see that filter as one of your signals. Under the user filter summary, here it is, and it even automatically calculates and scans the market with that filter to show you how many coins are within that, have that signal or satisfy that signal criteria. I hope that helps. I think it's a technique that you should have in your toolbox. And again, if you see some coins that may have run and you feel feeling FOMO, this could be a technique to get involved in some of those major trending coins. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us at support@altfins.com. Cheers.